worse after she accidentally banished us to Los Lagos. Lula unleashed dead hordes across the city. But no worries, she's back to her old self again. Ma finally has her family whole and together. I'm the only one who seems to notice that there is something wrong around here. But every time I work up the nerve to speak, I convince myself that it's all in my head. Things are peaceful. Things are fine. Aren't they? Sandals slap against the tiled hallway floor. I recognize the cadence of her walk instantly. I hold in a sneeze brought on by pantry dust as my eldest sister starts yelling for me. Rose Elisabetta Mortiz, get your bedazzled butt out here and dance! Lula manages to walk right past my hiding spot. I sneeze, and a handful of pink and white petals fall between the pages of my book. The flowers in my ceremonial crown are already wilting. So much for fresh carnations. I've tried to undo the braid Lula and Alex artfully twisted around my head with gold twine, but they used so much hairspray and so many bobby pins that I only managed to yank a few strands out by the root. I blow on the petals. They scatter on the blush pink tulle skirt of my dress, stuffed around my feet. The door opens, letting in the bright kitchen light and the rhythmic tap of drums from the living room. Lula purses her lips. There's a flash of relief in her gray eyes before she shouts, "Found her!" Alex pokes her head around Lula's body. Her brown hair is in a braided ballerina bun, decorated with a glittering crescent moon. I told you she wouldn't have been in the garage. That's where all the old folks are playing cards. I have to say, I'm disappointed in your hide-and-seek skills. I turn the page of my book and clear my throat, hoping they'll take the hint and go away. Good thing neither of you are going into search and rescue for a living. Rude, Lula says, dusting her bare shoulder. But the pantry dust only mixes with her body glitter. When she leans into the light, the 4 claw marks that scar my sister's face are iridescent as pearl. Over the summer, she started accentuating them with colorful eyeshadow, because she says people stare anyway, so she might as well get creative. There are too many rooms in this house. I keep confusing the guest bathroom for the guest closet, which is not a fun surprise when there are 100 people in the house and no one locks the door. And yet, I slam my book shut. You managed to find me in the only place I've been able to find some peace and quiet since the ceremony finished. My sisters ignore me and shove their way in, party dresses and all. I groan in protest when one of them steps on my foot and another one jams an elbow in my ribs as they squeeze on either side of me and close the door. Come on, Rosie, Lula says. You're missing out. Tia Panchita says she's dancing with a ghost, but really she's had 6 cups of Tio Julio's coquito. If I were still connected to the veil, I could debunk her theory. Instead, I ask, are you sure you haven't had 6 cups of Tio Julio's coquito? Or is a certain thirsty hunter here? She elbows me, and in an attempt to move away, I slam into Alex, who bumps into the supplies stacked on the shelves that surround us. The jars wobble precariously, and a dozen of them tip forward. I shield my face from the impact, but Alex thrusts her hands up, conjuring a gust of wind. The chilly air funnels around us, and the force of her magic sets every jar of spices and bird bones back into place. When our arms brush against each other, I jump at the electric charge of her lingering power. Alex dusts her palms, and even in the dim light, her smug grin is unmistakable. It's a welcome change to the days when she rejected anything that had to do with being a bruja. But now she's just showing off. Okay, Alex says. Why are you reading a book you've already read 1,000 times instead of enjoying your death day after party? As if on cue, a chorus of laughter filters from the living room, followed by the scaling notes of a saxophone. I don't know why my parents insisted on hiring a real live salsa band to perform when the only salsa I like is the chunky and spicy kind.